story, we can bring in our international affairs editor, Armin George. And Armin, why this decision and why now?
Yeah, this is quite a big change, Delano. I mean, it does mean the withdrawal of French troops from the Sahel, a region where they've been active for the last 8 years. It's not a complete pullout. It's going to be gradual, of course. We still don't have the exact calendar. But why? Because Macron, I think what's really precipitated this is discontent with the Malian authorities on two levels. One is on the political, the lack of progress towards a civilian government and elections. The other is frustration with how the Malian military has approached these anti-jihadist operations. One thing that Macron kept saying in this press conference, and you could feel his frustration, by the way. I was sitting in that audience, and he kept coming back to this point. France cannot substitute, it cannot take the place of states in the region. So what he was trying to get across was when France flushes jihadists out of a particular area or zone, the next thing that needs to happen is that Mali or Burkina Faso or Niger, that their militaries come in and secure that area, and then the states also step in to provide long-term development. And he feels that that is not happening. And after 8 years, it's time to start a gradual withdrawal.
And what will this change on the ground once it happens?
Again, Delano, we don't know for sure. I mean, the French the Minister for the Armed Forces spoke on French radio this morning, and she didn't give exact troop numbers, how fast they will go down. There was one report yesterday which talked about perhaps half of the current French troops, which is just over 5,000. So that would be something like 2,500 in 2023, but we'll have to see. In any case, clearly this does have implications for French bases in the Sahel. If we can take a look now at a map to show you that. So there you're seeing the G5 Sahel countries: Chad, Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Mauritania. The tricolor flags are the permanent French bases, and the slightly rounder tricolors are temporary bases. So Mali, as you can see, has quite a few French bases, both permanent and temporary. Mali so far, I mean, historically in Operation Barkhane, has been a really key linchpin of this French-led effort. So it's going to be a big shake-up. We don't know exactly how it will pan out, whether some of those French bases in Mali will be moved to neighboring countries, for example, to Chad or Niger, where, you know, France has better political relationships than with the Malian government, or whether they will simply close down bases eventually in Mali. All this, I think, still to be articulated. We should have more details between now and the end of the month, when the French government is meant to give us an actual calendar for this troop drawdown.